This is exactly right.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye.
If you're thinking about your bra all day, you're probably wearing the wrong bra.
If you're ready for a bra that's designed to support you, not distract you, there's Honeylove.
Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand with products designed by women who actually wear them. Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market.
Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/MFM.
That's honeylove.com/MFM.
After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove.
Goodbye.
Hey everybody, here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
And welcome
to Rewind with Karen and Georgia.
This is our new Wednesday bonus episode where we rewind back to our old episodes and give you our new point of view on them.
That's right. And today we're revisiting episode 15. That's called Definitely Not episode 16, which will be clear in a moment why, from Thursday, May 5th, 2016.
So now it's time for you to reach out to your favorite psychic or a mysterious introvert or your kooky aunt and invite them all to listen because we all get to be day one listeners now.
That's right. 3 episodes a week, you guys. So let's get into it. Here's the intro of episode 15 called Definitely Not episode 16.
We're recording.
Yep.
A podcast.
What episode of My Favorite Murder is this?
This one's episode 15. 1 5. 1, a 1 and a 5.
It comes after the number 14,
That's
which, by the
right.
way, congratulations on picking that amazing
Oh, God, thank
name.
you. I feel like the spirit of Prince was with me when I wrote that.
You sexy mother 14. It was perfect.
I wanted it to be an homage to the man that we lost.
Mm-hmm.
And yet at the same time, still serve no purpose for what we're trying to get done, which is let people know what we're talking about on our podcast.
Well, they really have no way of knowing, and so they have to listen.
It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma called My Favorite Murder. Welcome, everybody. That's Georgia Hardstark.
That's Karen Kilgariff. This is episode 15, which we didn't realize until 5 minutes ago. We thought it was episode 16 this whole time, which is why... How did we both do that? Which is why this episode's theme is murders that happened 16 years ago.
Even though it's episode 15.
Now makes no sense. Except, I guess we could have just done millennial murders and said that we meant to do it, and it was because we wanted murders that were in 2000, but we're not going to pretend that we're smarter than we are.
Let's not try to cover any of our flaws
Absolutely.
or blemishes.
This is what makes us us.
Yeah. We're human beings. We have no support. We don't even have one person that could go, hey guys, nice conversation about the 16th episode. Why don't you save that for next week?
Yeah.
This is the 15th episode.
Like we've said from the very beginning, we're not experts on anything.
Except for our own feelings.
Right. We are, yeah. We're amateur sleuths with numbers and murders.
Yep. That have stumbled into a conversational podcast about the thing we love the most. Death.
Do you think your anxiety over true crime has like subsided a little since this podcast started?
You know what's funny, Georgia? Hardstark.
Tell me, Karen.
I don't have that much anxiety about true crime. You have the, when you talk about it, it's like, it seems to me to be like a thing that releases your anxiety, which I relate to. Mm-hmm. But I more have a morbid fascination that borders on, I think I might want to do this. Like that's the dance that I'm dancing. Kind of, a little bit. I mean, not genuinely, but in that way of like, this is an option.
That's concerning to me, sitting in a room alone with you.
Just in that way of like, I feel like that's the genuine truth that I should state.
I get it. It's like that thing of like, I could steer my car off this road right now over a bridge.
Exactly. Or have you ever heard that thing where it's a very real thing? Pilots cannot look at the ground when they're flying airplanes, or they'll fly the airplane into the ground.
Yeah.
It's called, I'm making this up completely right now. It's called something like ground hypnosis. There's the word hypnosis is in it.
That sounds right.
But it's basically the thing of like, if you look at it, you'll do it because your brain knows it's not supposed to.
Right. Also, you're like jumping off. If you're on a tall building, you have to like not stand near the ledge because you might just fucking throw yourself over the ledge.
You know, there was an amazing conversation that you got into on the Facebook page. This is all unwanted thoughts or dangerous thoughts.
That was great.
I loved that conversation. It was so fucking cool. And as I was reading it, I wouldn't say I suffer from that as a real, disorder or like something that really, I have to deal with every day. But I also kept thinking as I was reading it, I feel like that's a very human thing to have. I understand that the people that we're talking about are talking about it's problematic and it's like it's interrupting their lives.
The unwanted thoughts of killing, that they might accidentally kill someone.
Or all those things. It was like jumping off of something but I had it really bad. I know that it's a side effect of having anxiety because when I got very convinced when my niece was like 3 or 4 that she was going to die.
Yeah.
And I got very obsessive about it. My sister would be like, "Oh, I dropped her off at Eileen's to go swimming." And I'd be like,
she's going to fucking drown.
I would get really upset and be like, "Why aren't you staying there?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I finally had to tell her, I felt so crazy. And I finally had to tell my sister, like, I'm just convinced that she's going to die. And my sister goes, "Oh yeah, so am I every day. That's part of it." And then I just went, oh, that's just the fear of like,
I have that every day
loss.
with anyone.
Yeah.
Like with Vince, I'm just like mentally preparing myself for something happening. And it's like just terrible and not fun.
But I think I guess my only point is I think it's a very human thing to put yourself through.
Yeah. And
I
know
be ready.
It's just an anxiety issue too. And I'm aware of it. So it doesn't like take over my life.
But I love the fact that Facebook page can actually be a place where people get to talk about stuff like that.
Totally.
And find other people to go, I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I get that. I like that a lot. Totally.
And while we're on the topic, we'll just say this, speaking officially for this podcast, we only want to use our Facebook page to talk positively about what we like or what we are scared of or what we're going through. We do not endorse anybody talking shit on other podcasts on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little weird where it's become a topic in and of itself.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is we have no interest in talking shit on other podcasts at all. So please don't do it.
We only mention the podcast we like because, guys, there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
And if you don't fucking like it, don't listen to it.
Don't listen to it, but certainly don't bring it over to our Facebook page to talk about because it's not something we want to endorse or even be a part of.
Do you think that people who aren't on the Facebook page are sick of hearing about the wonderful, beautiful, awesome Facebook page?
I'm positive they are. It's like being like, the girl at my school said.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
God, I can't wait till we're selling the t-shirts. It's so soon.
Oh, that's right. Georgia has really hustled it up and she's gotten some t-shirt designs ready. And I think, how soon?
Hopefully in the next week. So it's going to be a pre-order.
Yes.
And then they'll all get sent out in like 2 weeks. So the pre-order will be open, then it'll be closed.
Then it'll be open again.
Then, you know what happens after things close? They open again.
They open again, always. That's a cycle of life. And that's the official My Favorite Murder t-shirt that we're going to have for you.
First one.
Very exciting.
Yep. So, hey, what happened 16 years ago?
And how does that relate to our 15th episode?
Millennial murders.
Millennial Y2K. Y2 what?
Y2 murder.
Now I'm thinking, would I have had better luck if I had looked through 1999 murders? Because 2000 was like when I was trying to go through all of the stuff that happened that whole year.
It was hard.
And also it's like, it's weird, the news that came up. I did find a really good mass murder from a death cult.
Ooh.
But it was in Uganda.
Yeah.
It was something along the lines of like the Holy Order of the Live by the 10 Commandments of God cult. And like over 250 people died. And it was basically kind of their modern version of a Jim Jones. Yeah, Jonestown.
Man, I've been looking at photos from that a lot lately.
From Jonestown?
Yeah. Why are they all found face down? They're all face down, facing towards, I think someone posed them after they died.
You do?
Yeah.
So everything looked uniform?
It looked mellow and not a big fucking mess. I think that, people stayed alive after, or the army that they had, the local army, posed everyone. Because if you look at the photos, it's almost like they are laying down with their heads facing Jim Jones's throne.
His weirdo throne.
Yeah, and some of them have their arms around each other. It's like very orderly, and it's so creepy.
It's the creepiest. I've heard, I would say, 20 seconds of that tape of him talking. Don't do that to yourself.
Listen to the whole thing.
You did?
Oh, I've done it multiple times.
Why?
Because I'm so curious. Because I'm so fascinated by that one.
Even the tiny moment that I listened to, I can replay in my head. It feels like verbatim.
I listened to it and I read the transcripts and I read a bunch. There was an AMA on Reddit by a woman who was a survivor who got out a couple months before, but her mom and brother died in there because they were high ups.
Yeah.
So she was talking about what happened. She listened to the tape and was like, here's what people were saying and here's what they meant, who was saying what. It's so fascinating to me.
It's really the fact that it happened in San Francisco, like close to where I grew up, and there was a bunch of people of all walks of life trying to start a utopia.
Yeah.
I mean, that every element of it is such an amazing, horrifying story.
Yeah. It just is so it's the classic don't go to a second location. With someone named Jim Jones,
Or a hippie, the 30 Rock joke.
Right, exactly. Or the Scientology. I was just reading today about how the David Miscavige's wife, Shelley Miscavige, is missing as fuck.
Yep. For years.
And they finally put out a police report for her missing persons. But there's some compound where they keep high ups and just torture them constantly.
In Florida?
Yeah, I think so. So she's probably there. So don't say you'll go somewhere else with someone.
No.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't anywhere.
Don't leave your house.
Stay in your apartment. That makes me think they've got to rescind the religious tax status for Scientology. It's been proven that it's not an actual religion.
It's insane.
That it's basically a humongous pyramid scheme. I apologize if it's your religion and you're offended right now.
I don't think they
don't want you to be mad at me, but you're in a cult. Call your dad or someone that can help you.
Your parents actually love you, even if
they're what is it called?
In you.
I mean, this really did make me laugh. I really enjoyed myself at the beginning of this episode.
It's so funny because it's so us. We just didn't know it yet that we were incorrect about a really basic thing.
Incorrect about our own idea, about our own show, about.
I mean, we could have done it in a way of no, we wanted to do stories from the year 2000. That makes sense. But 16 years ago, because it's the 16th what? Why are you complicating things?
Yeah, we're being super specific, and we basically just raised the bar way too high, and we're like, oh wait, we're not in track and field. Why do we haven't practiced for this at all? What are we doing?
Have you seen the meme of the guy trying to jump over what's it called when he jumps over the thing?
The high jump?
Yeah. When he jumps high that thing. What's
In
that
the air?
called?
Yeah.
The high jump. And it says like me trying to quit drinking, and he just like runs to it and then just like dives onto the platform. Like doesn't even
no.
try to jump over it.
Is that a pole vault? Is that what you're trying to talk
That's
about?
the one. That's not a high jump. That's a pole vault. Wow.
He's
I
like
really need to study
Sticks the
my
thing in the ground.
and then just like falls.
There was also the guy from the Olympics who knocked the pole out because of his big dick. Did you see that?
I saw that.
I mean,
Congratulations to him.
listen, sex sells, and what people of the globe need right now is a little entertainment.
Like, what are the chances? We don't know him. Maybe he wouldn't have won gold or anything. So, like, he actually won the whole day, really.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the virality that people can't anticipate, where it's like, oh, no, you yourself are compelling. We're just going to latch onto you.
I think that's a good thing to keep in mind is like when you're striving for a goal and this is the thing you want to accomplish so much, like don't forget there are other things that could happen that could be even better. For example,
Yes.
you start a true crime podcast.
Yeah.
For example, you start a true crime podcast and then you start saying these weird quotes in your fucking episode and they become t-shirts. Like this episode has a couple gems.
It has look listen for the first time,
Yep.
right? And you're in a cult, call your dad. Which
That's right.
Another nod to our complete naivete
Right.
of like, are you literally in your 15th episode talking shit about the biggest religious power in Los Angeles? Strangely enough, like you're going after.
I mean,
Really?
you should definitely,
Okay.
on your way there, you might hit gold somewhere else.
You never know.
You just don't know.
There's so much, like looking, some of these quotes are very painful from this episode because we're like, you know, when fifth graders start getting funny because they're not babies anymore. They're figuring out how to be funny and make the adults actually laugh, not just claptrap, you have to because it's a baby.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling I have where we're like, oh, we're really gonna get out over our skis and, you know, make some comedy about this stuff where I'm just like, what? We did what? We said what?
Well, these are two gnarly stories for sure that we're covering as well. So like, you know, there's no lightheartedness at all going on. We hadn't learned yet. It took maybe 400 episodes to learn that.
I feel like, you know, there's a very distinct time when we learned, and it's very soon coming up because we just save all that for the top. Like we learn that basically, where it's just like, you just keep in the lane.
Stop it, essentially.
Yeah. But I also think it's funny, the double layer of that we were trying to do Y2K murders, so that's why we got obsessed over 16 years and then kind of lost the math on which episode we were actually recording, which is really funny. But then just simply that idea, Y2K murders, where it's like as if that's what was going on culturally at Y2K.
You're saying we didn't have our finger on the pulse of a generation by 16 years later doing Y2K murders?
Grabbing at numbers and years and just like, this will be good. What if this
We
is
didn't
good?
understand the algorithm yet, okay? And now we don't
Weird.
still.
No. And now we realize, fight the algorithm with all of your heart and soul.
Right. Put that on our fucking t-shirt.
Okay, so in this episode, Georgia is going to cover the Setagaya Family Murders. This is intense and, of course, a cold case.
Here we go.
The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. From Liz Merriweather, the Emmy-nominated executive producer of Dying for Sex and The Dropout, comes a gripping psychological thriller.
Starring Emmy Rossum, Furious follows Alice Black, a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
It's Alice's first case on the job, and she's already bitten off more than she can chew.
While Alice believes justice is achieved through law enforcement, Catherine has lost all faith in the legal system.
She's taken it upon herself to terrorize the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
As Alice and Catherine's twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds, the lines between good and evil and right and wrong begin to blur.
With shocking crimes, tangled relationships, and secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series, Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
Buying clothes is easy. That's why everyone's always doing it.
But finding clothes you actually want to wear is the hard part.
Get all your favorite elevated essentials at Quince.
Quince specializes in effortless, high-quality essentials like ultra-soft organic cotton and premium Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They're beautifully tailored and built to last. And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel-quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples, essentials, and thoughtfully designed furniture.
They work directly with ethical factories, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
It's so true that they have wonderful items that aren't just clothes. I have like 3 of their 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. I've bought throws from there. I've bought bedding from there. And it is just as great quality as their clothes and super affordable.
Upgrade your everyday.
Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/MFM. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
Now available in Canada and the UK too.
QUINCE.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Summer's for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
If you need an oil change, make the smart stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change before you hit the highway.
Their trained techs can help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
That means they're checking important things before you're halfway to your aunt's house with no cell service.
And these aren't just any techs. Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
The best part, you can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
So before your next long summer ride, pull into Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I think I went first last time,
you
didn't
did.
I? Yeah.
All
you
right, so I looked up a ton of murders and I was like, kind of like, there's not a lot of great 2000 murders that just like have a lot of information in them.
We basically painted ourselves into a corner.
We totally did. We need to stop doing that.
We need to stop immediately.
We need to stop texting each other on Sunday and being like, or like Monday, hey, what's the topic? I don't know. What do you want the topic to be? I don't know. You mentioned this. Okay, let's do that. We need to stop doing that.
I think we need to go back to our original gut feeling of I need to talk about this guy.
I think let's try that next week.
Or woman.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that because I have a couple that I really want to get to that would have to be really weird and specific, like topic.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Okay, let's do that.
Nobody gives a shit.
But I ended up finding a really good one that I never had heard about and I'm really excited to talk about because it's fucked up and
Wonderful.
weird. It's the Setagaya Family Murders. Okay.
I don't think I've heard of that.
On the morning of December 31st, 2000, so I'm a fucking day, I'm a day away.
You basically just made the cut.
I just made the cut. I'm under the radar. In a home in Tokyo's Setagaya ward, Mikio Miyazawa, who's 44, his 41-year-old wife, Yasuko, their 8-year-old daughter, Nina, and 6-year-old son, Ray, were found dead in their home. The son had been strangled and the other 3 were stabbed to death.
Ooh.
So the killer or killers, which isn't brought up a lot, but I'll tell you more about that, enters through the bathroom window upstairs and goes to the son's room. He smothers the little boy in his sleep.
How old, sorry?
6-year-old. And then this father, Mikio, had been working in the study on the first floor. Perhaps he heard something, so he climbs the stairs where he encounters the home invader. They fight, and then so the father's body is found at the bottom of the stairwell, stabbed to death. The killer had brought a sashimi knife with him, which is a very long, thin blade. They're really fucking sharp. And the killer and father fought at the staircase, and the killer damaged his knife in the process. The killer then attacked the mother, Yasuko, and their 8-year-old daughter, Nina. It's Nina with 2 eyes, so I don't know if that's supposed to be something else. So they were sleeping together in the 3rd floor loft of the house. He couldn't finish the job because his knife was broken. So he leaves and goes to the kitchen to get another knife. And it's the family's first aid kit was found open at the scene with some of the daughter's blood on the bandages. So it seems like when the killer walked out of the room, they thought like maybe he was leaving. And so the mom starts bandaging up the wounds.
Horrible.
But he comes off to finish them off, but he has to cover their faces with cloth because while he's killing them, he can't look at them. And yet it's not a simple murder. It's a pretty brutal murder. Yeah. So it's not like he couldn't look at them just to kill them really quickly, which is weird.
That's super weird.
And it's almost like it's personal, like he must know them or something, one would think. Anyways, or he doesn't want them to look at him. Let's see.
Which means he might be having feelings, which means he's probably not a psychopath.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. But then, okay, he continued to stab their bodies after they were dead. Okay. Based on their stomach contents, the time of the family's death was placed at 11:30 p.m. And the murderer was injured at some point because his blood was found on bandages. But after killing the family, he didn't leave. He stayed there overnight. He ate contents from the fridge. And he wandered around the house eating popsicles, like discarding them in the trash can in the study and 2 other wrappers in the kitchen.
So he was just chilling out.
He was literally just chilling out. He spent time, logged on to their computer between midnight and 1 a.m. He browsed the internet for 5 minutes, visited.
Where'd he go? BuzzFeed?
Well, actually, they know he went to the theater company, which was a bookmark by the wife. He tried to buy tickets.
What the fuck?
And his fingerprints was found on the mouse, but not the keyboard. So maybe he was just like clicking things that were already on the computer.
But what is he thinking? No, if fingerprints can only be on keyboards, but maybe he was clicking with his palm on the mouse.
So weird. The thought process of this person doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Then again, sometime in the morning, he used the computer for 4 minutes. He visited the webpage of the father's company and the daughter's school or the son's school. Then he killed the power to the computer by pulling out the cord, which he took with him from the crime scene. In the living room, credit cards, bank books, driver's license, and other personal identifying information were spread out as if the suspect had been sorting through them. In the second floor bathtub, more scattered papers were located, such as receipts, items from the mother's school, towels, sanitary products used to stop his bleeding, and other garbage.
So he's got a maxi pad on his stabbed arm or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
He also, and this is information that I don't know, he used the restroom and didn't flush, so they know his meal, but that he ate before he came.
Sorry.
Which is like, dude, these people in Tokyo were like hardcore detectives.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Who gets that job? That sucks.
Yeah, someone very low on the totem pole.
Ugh.
Okay, at some point, the killer took a nap on the couch in the living room. So he must have known, no one was coming home. Mm-hmm. No one was expecting them. No one was, going to come over. Because the mother of the wife lived next door in an, attached house. So how did he know she wasn't going to come over and, hang out?
Do you think he didn't know she was there? And he's just because
possibly,
if you murder an entire family, you probably are crazy in some way.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that you're just I'll be crazy and chill out and be a weirdo.
Yeah, no one will even come over. Okay, yeah. Sometime around 10.
Okay, yeah, you solved
it. No, I agree. This is so weird. This case is really interesting because there's so many clues that I'll get to that it should be solved, or there should be a really specific profile of this killer. But I think all the clues are so weird that they sully that. They make it even harder.
Right.
So around 10:38 to 10:45, the family computer received an email that had a required password to open, which means the family was still alive by then. But they must have been killed before midnight.
But didn't you say he broke in the morning?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He broke in,
I thought it was an all-day torture thing.
No. He broke in the evening.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, really.
Right. Okay, so here's what's going on. There's a skate park right across the street that had just opened up from the family's house, and they were annoyed by the noise, and they had already been planning to move because of it. And a witness reports seeing Mikio arguing with the skateboarders a few days before the crime. Another witness reported seeing the father arguing with a bike gang member or the bike gang crew. So he left behind a bunch of clothing that looked like a skater would wear, and the police were also able to determine the cologne the suspect wore, which is a favorite brand of skateboarders.
What?
I know. Weird, right? So speaking of the stuff he left behind, let's see. In the pocket. Okay, so trace amounts of a red fluorescent agent were found on the suspect's clothing because he left all of his clothing behind. he folded up neatly his clothing and left it behind, which is like, and they were able to find so much information from that.
That it seems like a setup.
That it seems like a setup. They were able to find sand in his pockets that they were able to conclude that it was from the Edwards Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada.
What?
Like, that's how specific they were able to get, which has led a lot of people to think that maybe this guy was a skateboarder and his parents were working in the military. They also did DNA testing on him and were able to tell that he's mixed race with a mother of Southern European descent and a father most likely Korean. So he's mixed race.
So he could easily be from outside the country.
Right. So maybe his father or his mother worked on the Air Force Base, transferred to Japan, which means his fingerprints wouldn't be on file, because normally if you come to Tokyo or you come to Japan, your fingerprints are taken.
Right.
Anyways, so his wouldn't be if he was just a kid of the military.
Yeah.
Okay. So this red fluorescent agent found on the suspect's clothing indicates that the suspect was involved in stage prop design, where this particular chemical is used. And it's not something the family had or would have had around. And the trace amounts were also found in the garage. However, there was no indication the suspect had ever been in the garage. This led investigators to believe that the suspect may have had contact with the family prior to the killing. And remember that he went to a page that she had
to buy tickets
for a theater company. So maybe the mom was involved in the theater company.
Or maybe that killer was also continuing to try to set up a person.
Right.
To indicate, because you left the clothes there with that agent on
Right.
them. Then you buy those tickets. You're definitely pointing an arrow.
Or maybe he was stalking them and stalking her. Maybe he had broken into the house before the incident, gone in the garage somehow, like kind of profiling the house to see how he could get in there. Mm-hmm. An old jacket was missing, and all of the family's Happy New Year greeting cards were missing. They were like gone, which is so weird. Someone suggested maybe they had cash in them, but they were saying that they're like Happy New Year's cards, which are like
From friends.
Yeah,
You wouldn't send
you
your
don't really
friend
do
money.
that.
Unless that's a tradition or something.
Right. So some people say it looks like the work of a professional killer because how easily he killed the children was fine doing that. It's probably not his clothing since he left it behind. And then maybe he wanted to look like a skater just to kind of throw them off and be like, lead them in a different direction.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so many random things. And also, they also knew that the clothes were washed in hard water, not soft water. So they hadn't been washed in Japan.
Oh, wow.
I know. What a weird little detail.
I wonder, does Vegas have hard water?
Right.
Probably right.
Yeah. It's frustrating that they can do so many little elements about these things, but yet not have a psychological profile or, just be a little more specific as to who it could be. Like, they have an age range that it's probably somewhere between their 20s and 30s.
Also, why was the little boy strangled and everybody else stabbed?
Yeah.
Was that purely just convenience of, wherever his knife was? Or, I mean, like, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, what the difference is, what the details actually point to.
Totally.
That's why I can't stand ones that haven't been solved, because it doesn't teach you anything.
That's why I love them.
Because
they're so, it's just a bigger, I feel like I'm let down when I'm like, it's just some shithead psychopath. It's like not even worth anything. He should have just killed himself rather than like, there's this mysterious guy in the world. It could be a big deal. It could be this crazy cover up. Like, all the possibilities are so much better than what the reality is, which is that it's some fucking asshole.
Well, also because you use your imagination, then you basically write a mystery story of like, it's a person that worked with the wife at the theater company, but he dressed up like a skateboarder. Like,
because she had told him there was a skate park and he knew that there was issues.
And there was problems, and that's the perfect
totally
decoy. Oh.
Or maybe he just came to murder the father because the father was, a business associate of his, and he needed, and just the family were witnesses, and so he had to kill them all, and just kind of freaked out and stayed in the house until he figured out what to do.
But so that points away from a professional in any way. I think so does like eating popsicles and all that shit and shitting.
Totally.
It makes me think of Mike from Breaking Bad and how when he goes to do stuff, like you've seen all that, right?
Yeah.
Where he bought like that was actually from Better Call Saul, but a character on there he knows he's being followed and he wants to make sure nobody gets the jump on him. So he buys a welcome mat and underneath it he puts that ditto paper.
Yeah.
So he knew when people were standing at his front door.
That is awesome.
It was like stuff like that.
I love that. Or when they put a small like watch underneath the wheel of the car, and when it runs over there, that the time stops of when that person left.
Yes.
Didn't they do that in that too?
Probably. That was probably in Breaking Bad, right?
Some show I saw where it was like a watch stopped at this time. That's what time they left.
I had a roommate in San Francisco that used to keep his pot in a drawer in his room when I would go to steal it while he was at work. One time I found a hair laying across the top, so I picked the hair up, and I went in and took the pot, and as much pot as I saw fit that I deserved, didn't pay for, wasn't mine. Shut the drawer and put the hair back.
Yep.
So he could, and then he's a stoner, so he was just paranoid to accuse me of taking his pot. Sorry, Scott. I won't say his last name.
If you close the door, if you put a little saliva on the hair and stick it to the thing, or a little tape on there, the hair will break when you open the door.
Yep.
Love that trick.
Never
used it, but
just the idea that he and I were involved in that level of spy versus spy,
totally
stoner bullshit was super enjoyable.
It made
it makes me want to ask you all these questions, but I don't want to put you in a bad position. But it makes me go like, are serial killers common in Japan or rare? Like, do we know anything culturally? Because that's like that. I feel like we never hear about. It's like every once in a while you hear about that terrible girl, the girl that got tortured for 40 days by those awful fucking high schoolers.
That's awful.
Or there was one guy that killed children that they caught recently or whatever. But it's not like here where they're fucking coming out of everybody's ass all the time.
Or it's a lot of gang killings. And, yeah, it doesn't seem like or like mass killings, but not as many like serial killers.
No people not sneaking in your window and killing an entire family.
And someone hypothesized that that's why the cops have a lot of forensic capabilities, but not a lot of problem, like because they don't deal with a lot of murders like this, so they couldn't really put it together as to what would happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they say the cops are, I don't know if it's that way anymore, but for a long time, the cops in Japan were just completely in bed with the...
Yeah.
What is it?
Azuka.
Don't bring it up if you don't know, Karen. Don't mention it if you don't know the word.
Listen, this is an uncut, unedited podcast.
In your face.
We don't want to look smart for you.
We're in your face with our ignorance.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. So that's my,
That's a good one.
Setagaya Family Murders.
And how long ago did it happen?
16 years ago.
Oh, that's right.
And there's been 2,400 officers involved in the case to date, which seems like too many.
Yeah,
and they've received more than 16,000 pieces of information from the public. Yet the killer remains at large.
What's that old lady next door know? That's what I want to know.
That her daughter's.
Her entire family. I mean, she must. Is she still alive?
I don't know, but the house is left the same, like left.
Oh.
Like nobody's moved in there.
There's your horror movie.
Sure. People go there
right in.
every year and place flowers on the date and stuff. It's sad. It was like a sweet looking little family.
Of course.
I mean, not that they would deserve it if they were not sweet looking, but they just look very normal.
Right.
It's really sad.
Please tell me that you have the solution to this case. That's
I don't.
What I need to hear
it's
from
awful.
you.
And I keep thinking like, well, it was only 2016 when we recorded this, so maybe it's only been a little while, so they'll solve it in the future. But I forget how long ago 2016 was, and there's still not answers, and it's really tragic. According to Japan Today, police hand out flyers every December with hope that someone will come forward with new information. In the past, police have also displayed a mannequin wearing similar clothes to what they believe the killer wore, because it was like skater gear.
Yeah.
And there's so many specifics about the killer that
I feel like someone in that area knew who he was. Maybe he was just a drifter coming through town. Like someone had seen him. You know, maybe it's in one of those tips they got. Who the fuck knows?
Well, also the sand in the pocket being from an Air Force base.
What?
So it's like clearly this was a person who, I think, clearly it was a person who got in and got out.
Yeah, but yeah.
Just like,
You think that was a hit? Probably.
I mean, I don't know.
And the hard water, cold water thing and like that is just so specific and so strange.
Yeah.
And also, a police spokesman said that the department will never give up until the case is solved. There's a 20 million yen reward for information leading to the arrest of the killer or killers, which is about 136,000 US dollars. So
Wow.
that's how we got so far. Hopefully, when we do the rewind of the rewind, we'll be able to tell you that this was solved. All right, so now it's time for your story from episode 15. And this one is about Dr. Harold Shipman.
The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. From Liz Merriweather, the Emmy-nominated executive producer of Dying for Sex and The Dropout, comes a gripping psychological thriller.
Starring Emmy Rossum, Furious follows Alice Black, a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
It's Alice's first case on the job, and she's already bitten off more than she can chew.
While Alice believes justice is achieved through law enforcement, Catherine has lost all faith in the legal system.
She's taken it upon herself to terrorize the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
As Alice and Catherine's twisted game of cat and mouse unfolds, the lines between good and evil and right and wrong begin to blur.
With shocking crimes, tangled relationships, and secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series, Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye. Summers for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
If you need an oil change, make the smart stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change before you hit the highway.
Their trained techs can help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
That means they're checking important things before you're halfway to your aunt's house with no cell service.
And these aren't just any techs. Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
The best part, you can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
So before your next long summer ride, pull into Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye.
My murder is like the one you talked about of a boring person that's just some guy. And when you find out, you go, this schlub. But he's kind of like the height of that, which I think is really fascinating. Every time I've seen him on your 2020 or your 48 hours or your 28 hours, the combo program of those two.
Little longer day. 28 hours. It's a little bit longer of a day.
It's so much murder that we have to extend the day 4 hours. So mine, and a lot of people have talked about this on the Facebook page. Sorry to mention it again, but it's Dr. Harold Shipman, who was a GP in England.
Oh, yes.
He had, I think it's near Manchester. I'm not going to talk about England like I know anymore, because did you see the posts about how wrong I was about the accent from Happy Valley?
Oh.
It was hilarious how wrong I was.
No, it sounded right to me.
Of course it did. And the thing I forget is there's people in other countries listening to me bullshit.
People keep saying to us, When are you going to cover Australian? Like, Australia's got some, like, gnarly murders.
Gnarly.
Good ones.
Crazy ones.
We got to do a couple Australia episodes at some point.
Well, we did touch on it with your guy, the mystery man, that they think they've solved. Did you see that article?
Yeah.
What's that guy's called? God,
I don't
your
remember.
guy.
I know. I should know.
Forget it. Let's forget it. So my guy, Dr. Harold Shipman.
Have I mentioned I have anxiety and I don't sleep at night? I don't sleep at night.
Have I mentioned that this is just a podcast? And if you need to know factual shit, go ahead and log on to CNN.com.
Or maybe don't.
Okay, so Dr. Harold Shipman is a doctor. He studied at the Leeds School of Medicine. He graduated in 1970. And the interesting thing about him to note is that his mother, who he was very close to, had lung cancer. And so she used to have morphine administered to her in the end stages. Lung cancer is a terrible fucking disease, and it's very bad in the end. And she died because a doctor gave her morphine, and basically it ended up killing her.
On purpose or an accident?
Well, I just think it was like near the end, you know, maybe it was just like one too many. I don't know the details, but he witnessed the pain go away, even though she had this terrible lung cancer.
Yeah.
And he watched doctors come and basically take it away and whatever. And then she died like in one of those moments, and he was there for all of that. And it was when he was 17. So it's kind of a crucial time.
Yeah.
So this is a person who is smart enough to become a doctor, but who goes through this incredibly traumatic experience, growing up. Okay. So this is what I love. He goes to medical school. He graduates in 1970. In 1975, so 5 years later, he's off on his way of becoming a doctor. He gets caught for forging Demerol prescriptions, and he gets fined 600 pounds. He goes to rehab in New York, and don't know where that is. Won't talk about where it is. Then he ends up working at Donnybrook Medical Center in Hyde, which is near Manchester. All of this is off Wikipedia. I don't know it factually in my own head. So he basically starts working at this place in 1977, and he works there throughout the 80s, and then he starts his own surgery in 1993. He's a respected member of the community. He's just your standard awesome doctor until 1998. When Deborah Massey from Frank Massey and Sons Funeral Parlor goes to the coroner and says, we're getting a lot of deaths from Dr. Shipman's patients, and there's a lot of cremation forms that he's the only person that has to sign it.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Duh.
So, or maybe the funeral home needs to countersign the cremation form.
Okay.
But that's when she notices and ends up going to another doctor and being like, here's the thing. There's all these old ladies.
Red flag.
No autopsies.
Yeah.
Going straight to cremation.
Yeah.
It's all from good old Dr. Shipman down the street.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody should look into this.
Yeah.
And
She's going to end up dead, isn't she?
no, not that I know of.
Okay.
But it could be. Not according to Wikipedia.
In my wildest imagination, this bitch.
She had a needle in her neck that night.
Cremated.
So they start the Shipman report. They start to look into it in the police department. But of course, what do they do? What do they always do? They assign it to inexperienced cops. So they don't really find any serious problems. It's all kind of like, well, we can't prove anything. It's that old thing. And so,
everyone trusts a doctor.
It's a doctor. He has a beard. He looks so plain.
He does.
He's totally the person that you would see waiting for the bus and never look at twice.
I didn't know a lot of the story, but I've seen his photo and he looks just like he looks like your stepdad.
Exactly. Yes. And he ruins it because he isn't exciting and he didn't do these. He's one of I think they say that he's like the biggest serial killer there is because of the numbers. They just can't prove the numbers. But like, so they've proved 3 for sure.
Okay.
So he went, he went to jail, ended up hanging himself because, of all of it. But then once they start digging into it and they do what they call the Shipman report, they assign people to look into all of the people that he has treated, all of the people that have died and were cremated.
Oh, man.
And it's basically a majority of elderly women who up until that point were in perfectly fine health.
Let's say they didn't go in with like long-term illnesses that he helped them get out of. He was just like,
it wasn't like Kevorkian.
Yeah.
It wasn't an unofficial Kevorkian. It was an old lady who would go to Dr. Shipman because she'd be like, these corns on my feet or whatever, because he was a GP, which here means general practice, means like you go to them for whatever. I have a sore throat. I think I got the flu and I'm old. We have to be careful. Sounds good. Fucking.
But in his mind, was he like, I'm helping you not have to ever go through this? Like or is he just enjoying?
Well, I'm positive he enjoyed it, because what that is you basically are becoming the angel of death.
Yeah.
So, and apparently that's a very common thing in doctors is they get the God complex, where they can save your life, and the healthy, normal ones, which is hopefully the majority. I almost immediately said majority, which who knows? They're all about saving and doing no harm, and they get all their joy and power from saving you.
Yeah.
But there are the ones, and it happens, it happens to nurses a lot too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Where they get the joy from deciding that it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
And you can see where the logic would be if his mother suffered with lung cancer and he watched somebody give her morphine and kind of like make it all go away.
Yeah.
You could see the logic behind. It's an old lady. She's living, maybe once he gets to know them, I'm not sure the details, but like that he basically decides like, we're going to wrap this up for you.
I want to know his mindset. I really want to read his manifesto, which sounds like he's the kind of person who would write one.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No. I'm just saying if he had I'm so curious about his mindset, if he was being like malicious or if he thought he was like doing something good.
Well, I think he thought he was doing good. I did see a murder show on this, on Dr. Shipman. And I do remember being bored while I was watching it.
Yeah.
Because once I got the fact that basically it would be people who were in fine health, elderly ladies. He also was suspected of causing the death of a 4-year-old child in the early days.
Oh my goodness.
So there could have been it could be that thing where that was a mistake, but then what he realized was he could have the joy of having that same thrill of killing someone, but cover it so perfectly.
It sounds a little like Munchausen by proxy, doesn't it?
Yes. But he's not getting empathy or sympathy.
Yeah.
He's getting power.
He's probably also getting praise in a way that's like, I don't know, like there's something about it too where it's like, oh, thank you, doctor, for everything you tried to do. And
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yes. And maybe it's what I think is kind of interesting is it's like, so when you're a doctor, you are the elite. People in the way communities are based, it's like you're the one person that can help. You're the person everybody goes to. You automatically are the person people trust because you do all this good and you're upstanding in the community or whatever. So when like a taxi driver goes and says, "Hey, guess what? My mother died and she shouldn't have because she had all this stuff we knew and she wasn't sick and the cops go, "Okay, sir," which is literally what happened. It was, there was a guy who went to the cops first that's the reason they started that first inquiry. And then they were like, "Yeah, there's nothing we can prove and we don't believe you. You're just a working stiff.
Totally.
You're a blue collar guy. And this is our doctor."
And it's going to ruin his reputation if you even look into it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you have to start asking questions of other patients, you have to subpoena his records. It's going to make, and it's not true, it's going to make him look really bad. And he could probably sue for defamation, maybe?
Probably.
I'm making that up.
Well,
Again,
like everything else.
Hard facts.
On our podcast. But also, it's that thing, those when you see the doctors who kill their wives and they keep that mask on after they're convicted.
I know.
In jail, they keep it on forever because they have already turned into this person that's convinced they've done all the work of this is what I'm doing. This is why it's right. Or this is why I get to do whatever I want. So you would then be facing a person who it just made me think of, like a Forensic Files that I saw that was in Canada about a doctor who shot this woman up with like basically the stuff they give you when you're having a baby so that you just don't feel anything.
Whoa.
And you go paralyzed and you kind of are numb. And he rapes her and then thinks that she's going to forget about it. It's basically a kind of a Rohypnol cocktail thing. And then she accuses him of it. Everyone says, you're a crazy bitch. You're a crazy bitch. They do blood tests. The blood doesn't match. The DNA doesn't match. You're a crazy bitch. You're a crazy bitch. For years, they find out he had injected.
Yes.
Remember that?
I do.
And the guy
with someone else's blood, or what was
yes, one of his patients. So he's setting up another patient to defend himself against the rape of a first patient. And he had the blood injected into his arm. So they keep going, you're the crazy bitch. So basically when you take on a doctor, there's so much they truly are the elite. And if you are just a waitress or you're just a cab driver, you're automatically wrong.
Or a prostitute?
Or,
no way.
God forbid, a prostitute.
You know what drives me? You know what I wish?
Sex worker,
excuse me.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, like when you watch these 28-hour videos of like, the father did this, the husband did this, and they're in court, and then the jury says guilty or not guilty, whatever. When they say guilty, I feel like I wish that the guy would have to go, damn it, you got me. Like, I wish they would have to admit it if they did or not.
That's exactly right.
Like, well, you got me.
Yeah.
Because I just want to know, like, is that there's always that, like, what if the wrong person's in prison? But I want to know. And you're a fucking asshole. So if you did it, like, just own up to it so everyone can move the fuck on.
I know.
You got me. How great would that be? And like, he just like starts laughing. And
state
like,
or country require. Okay, you're right.
Good job,
this
guys.
is over.
Shakes the prosecutor's hands.
You know what? Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. You got me.
Good job.
I totally slowly killed a bunch of undeserving people. Oh, and his numbers, just to get for 1 second, Dr. Shipman, where was it? 459 people died while under his care. They just can't prove how many were victims and how many he was just the doctor that certified his death and that it didn't have anything to do with.
I wonder how many is like standard. It can't be more than 100.
It can't be. How many people die in a year in a small town?
Totally.
I don't know if it's small.
Is it a year?
I don't know how big it is.
400 is a year?
No. No, that was over. Okay. That's like almost a 30-year span.
Oh, shit.
71 to 98.
Wow.
And that they think the probable number of definite victims between 71 and 98 is 250, but 459 people died in that amount of time. They can't prove.
I have a question, important question. Where does the year 2000 fit into all this?
Because guess what? I think he got arrested in 2000.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. Because they started the lady from Frank Massey and Sons Funeral Home, and her name is Deborah Massey. So I want to go, are you the unfortunate daughter that works at Frank Massey and Sons Funeral Home? That sucks. Sorry, Deborah. And also high five for getting this whole thing going.
Badass.
But yeah, I think she went to them in 98. And so basically he ended up getting looked into and arrested in 2000.
I'm going to accept that.
I swear to God.
I'm not going to make you start over.
Please don't, because this was borderline Homolka, level lack of information.
Yeah. I found a lot of those. There was one of a girl who was riding her bike and just disappeared, and like all these people, copped to it, but they didn't. And it was like just fucking sad.
For a 2000
yeah.
one? Yeah.
And that was like the only other one that I found that was like that interesting to me.
I feel like people thought that year was going to be way, way worse than it actually turned out to be.
Well, I mean, you're just under the fucking horizon of 9/11, so.
That's right. You know what was interesting? Going through, and I don't have the education to even like really theorize, but I kept seeing all these things where they were like nuclear secrets leaked. There are all these things in the year 2000 that I just kept going, I wonder if this has anything to do with 9/11.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Here and there would just be a thing. Nuclear secrets.
Yeah.
There was something
Bombing somewhere.
Yeah.
Murder of all these people in this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tied. Man, what if in this podcast we fucking uncover something crazy government secrets and then we're on the run?
Yes.
Oh my God. And we only like all the like Facebook group people like were there like hide us out.
Yes.
And they're like on
create
our
an
side.
underground railroad
Totally.
across the country and throughout the world now that we know that there are people in Wales listening.
And the only way that the government knows that we were there is that they all have t-shirts. We get giving them all free t-shirts for couch surfing.
We have to make new t-shirts for when we're on the run.
Totally. It'll be like the 2016 tour. And it'll show like what cities we're going to be in, which is like a bad idea.
That's right. We have to like keep changing the cities on the back of the shirt around.
Keep adding them. And then those people
canceled.
just get arrested. Canceled.
Canceled.
Yeah, just, no, not happening. Ugh, what a fucking monster, that guy.
So crazy. Okay, so I didn't clearly state in this episode, Harold Shipman was officially charged with the murders of 15 women ranging in age from 49 to 81. In January of the year 2000, a jury found Shipman guilty of 15 counts of murder plus a count of forgery because he had tried to forge the will of a patient named Kathleen Grundy before he murdered her.
Interesting, because then it shows motive. Because we were always like, was he trying to be, merciful somehow in his mind? Or what was this about?
Like angel of death.
And to get money is just a clear fucking greedy motive.
Also, it makes me think, what can they go through and check? I mean, maybe they already have, but like just check all of that, because then, yes, there is, it's not such a fascinating psychological study anymore. It's just like gross sociopath.
Right.
He was sentenced to life in prison, but he died by suicide while in prison. And according to his Wikipedia page, he is, quote, the only British doctor to have been convicted of murdering patients.
Wow. Yeah, we do a lot of nurses eventually, but not doctors.
Right. Kind of tied to the thing we were talking about at the last show of like women being poisoners when they're serial killers.
Right.
So it's a real weird crossover. Here's the only good part of this conversation. You at one point go, where does the year 2000 play into all of this? And I go, I think he got arrested in 2000. I think he got arrested. So even then, when it's like, this is the theme, it's your big chance to prove why you didn't know what episode it was, and you're so excited about Y2K, and then you didn't there's no ending.
Well, I think that's why this is the last episode where we do themes, thank God. This is it. We gave it a couple episode run. It was hard.
Yes.
To put a little, it was just, so then we were just like, let's just do stories we can't wait to tell each other.
Let's just get our book reports done by any means necessary.
Right.
And then, the next thing would be, now actually get them done.
Right.
Karen.
Oh.
Okay, let's see how we wrap this up. Here's the end of episode 15.
I have to go to therapy now.
Oh, yeah.
I schedule therapy after this podcast because
I think that's good timing.
it probably is.
All right. Well, then we'll save. You know what we should do is do a mini with emails, because we've got a bunch of great emails.
Definitely.
That's what I was just checking to see if we had time for. But this is from Sam, and the title of it is My Grandma and Albert Fish.
Hell yeah.
Right? Hey, ladies. I just finished listening to the cannibal episode, which my dad and I listened to in the car to and from getting some groceries.
Oh, Dad.
Hi. After you started introducing Fish's story, my dad turns to me and says, you know, your grandma and her sister were babysat by Albert Fish. Are you kidding me? To which I responded, shut your mouth. But he was totally serious and is surprised I don't remember my grandma talking about it when I was much younger. He says they lived next door to him in this same apartment building.
What the shit?
My grandma Joan was born in 1931 in Brooklyn, and the Wikipedia says Fish was apprehended in 1934, so I doubt she would have remembered much, but her sister Doris is a couple years older, and it's feasible that she would remember this little old man. Read, super insane, disturbed, and terrifying creature. Unfortunately, my grandma died a few years ago, and so I have never actually met Doris, so I can't back up any of this with face-to-face memories. But my dad isn't one to make up creepy stories, and I only have third-hand info, but I had to share it with you on the chance it might be true. You know what? We're all about that.
It's true.
It is true to
I'm
us.
going to go on record. It's true.
Because the joy of it.
Wow.
The joy of it.
Who
Can
the
you
fuck
imagine?
would
Sorry, this is
let-
the end. Can you imagine finding out that the neighbor you'd been depending on to watch your kids while you were at work was America's boogeyman?
Can you? I just don't think of a time in my life when I would leave my baby with an old man. Like, no matter for any reason. A, he'll drop the baby.
Yeah.
And then, like, worst case scenario, he'll eat the baby.
Yeah. Although that, I really do think Albert Fish is that thing. He was unimaginable to
Yeah.
people up until that point.
That's
unimaginable.
That's true.
That an old man would be that awful in every way.
People still kind of trust old people a little too much, I feel like, when they say, oh, look at that, like, cute, sweet old man. It's like, well, pedophiles get old.
That's exactly,
know,
oh man.
Nazis,
They sure do.
Nazis get old.
They,
Like really mean bitches who are like the mean people. They get old.
they live the longest, it
They live
seems
a
like.
life. Everyone gets old, including pedophiles and murderers. So
Yeah.
don't fucking.
Don't fall for that shit.
I feel like it's insulting to old people to immediately assume that they're sweet and fucking well intentioned.
That's right.
You know?
By the time you're old, you're either completely evil or an American hero. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Pick one.
The weak have been weeded out.
Or they've been killed by Dr. Shipman.
Calm British Dr. Shipman, who, can you imagine? He was just like, yes, put your foot up on my knee and we'll look
Right.
at your corns. Would you
She's
like a
dead.
tea or anything? Oh, goodbye. Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
The thing is to trust no one except the people who are like clearly displaying their craziness.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's crazy. So the people who are hiding it the wellest,
The wellest.
thank you, are the craziest. Look at us. We have a fucking podcast talking about our crazy.
Guys, it isn't the worst thing in the world.
Trust
You can be
us.
crazy. Just be a little lighthearted about it.
Yeah.
I think that's the point. Is that the point?
Maybe.
You don't have to take needles and put them under your skin because you're crazy the way Albert Fish did, right? Wasn't he filled with
In his
needles?
penis.
In his penis, really?
Yes.
God, that guy was intense.
Yeah. They found a bunch of needles up there.
I
His
mean,
urethra.
dude, take a walk around the block. Breathe deeply.
You know what would have helped him? Meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Transcendental meditation.
Yeah, probably.
It probably would have.
wonder.
Clear your mind of those needle thoughts.
Clear your
Al.
urethra of those needle thoughts, Mr. Fish.
All right, should we shut this one down?
Yeah,
think it should have
definitely.
ended a while ago.
It definitely should. Well, thanks. We're looking forward to episode 16 next week.
Where we'll talk about 15 of the best murders ever.
I love it. Thanks for listening. We're at My Favorite Murder everywhere, and tell the iTunes how much you like us, and rate and review and subscribe.
And
please.
thanks for listening. We appreciate your support.
Yeah, we
And
do.
stay sexy.
Don't get murdered.
Bye.
All right. So another great hometown in that one.
Oof.
Like shocking and awful.
Yes. And
The
kind of,
beginning of your parents telling you shit that why haven't you told me this? That's fucking insane.
well, and then once you know the story, you're like, oh yes, never tell a child anything ever related to that. It's like so disturbing.
So, as we said in this episode, we first hear the phrases look, listen, and you're in a cult, call your dad. And we actually, right now, have some really cute, brand new You're in a Cult items designed by Jess Rotter, who's a listener of the podcast. What's up? So, go to myfavoritemurder.com. You can find all that merch there.
And now I think we pick a new title for episode 15, although I think it's comedic perfection, this title and the entire Mr. Magoo handling of everything around it is like, well, this is comedy at our best, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're correcting ourselves before the show even starts.
But we could go with Y2 What?
Oh, yeah.
Or, of course, You're in a Cult, call your dad.
Right. We could use Don't Go Anywhere, which was you talking about Jonestown and going to second locations.
That's
the great
right.
quote from 30 Rock, never go with a hippie to a second location.
That's right. I mean, it fits so well in this scenario. And then little longer day after you call 2020 48 hours. Or no, you call it 28 hours.
28 hours, which is a combo of 2020 and 48 hours. I just wish people understood how I got up in the morning, drank a pot of coffee, worked a full job, and then tried to figure out how to get my goddamn podcast homework done. Little did I know. Little did I know.
And here you are. You fucking did it.
I did it, and I was putting my coins into the slot machine.
You were on your way to a different win and working hard for a different win, and then this fucking other win came and body slammed you out of the blue. And it wasn't even a win you were looking for, so it's almost like a double win, you could say.
And I think that's kind of what you were talking about at the top. We don't know. Yeah. We don't know what's best.
No.
We think we know what's best. We dedicate ourselves to entire things and get very identified with it.
Yeah.
But the truth is that by the time this podcast started getting popular, it was actually really exciting to consider that I wouldn't have to keep doing that job, because it was like, oh, wait. Now I get to do my thing. I don't have to write for somebody else. I don't have to do it for somebody else.
Right. There's other avenues. You never know what's going to happen in your life. I mean, I don't think we were older. I think we were normal. But a lot of people are like, they decide what to do with their lives in their 20s, which is bananas to me. And you just never know what's going to happen in the future. Everything could completely change. And
what I'm learning through all of our rewinding is that the key to life truly is pivoting, being able to pivot.
Yeah.
I really think it's crucial. And it's hard to do because you sometimes don't want to. It's a control issue. Or it's like, I had my plan and I was supposed to be this thing. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
I was supposed to be a TV writer. What? No, actually, I wanted to be Annie in the musical Annie. That's actually the true dream.
Yeah. And it's still possible, Karen.
We're going to...
You still got that. Keep that dream alive. Perm that hair, dye it red, because you never know when they're going to be like, oh no, our lead dropped out and our second's out too. Does anyone in the audience here at Annie on Broadway know all the words?
I know all the words.
And I've got the hair to prove it.
And I'm keeping this perm tight. Yeah, dreams do come true, everybody.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to kick that door open to that dream. You know?
Yeah, that's right. It's not all floaty.
No.
Anyway, stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
Hey everybody, here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
You know that fantasy where you run into your ex while looking impossibly cute and wildly unbothered? Hill House makes the perfect dress for that moment. Or if you're just running errands. Hill House Home is the brand behind the viral nap dress, known for its signature smocking, ultra-flattering fit, and comfort that makes it a favorite for just about everyone. Celebrities like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Anne Hathaway, and Mindy Kaling have all been spotted in Hill House. These dresses are the definition of versatile, perfect for running errands in the morning and stylish enough for dinner or a party that night. And it's not all they carry. They started with bedding back in 2016, and now you'll find bathrobes, pajamas, children's clothes, and maternity, all with the cutest prints. And it's so true. The hardest time picking out one nap dress because the prints are so dreamy and beautiful. But now that I have it, I'm going to wear it all day, every day. I'm going to throw on my leather jacket at night and look like a total badass. Cowboy boots or cute heels, whatever it is, this nap dress can make it look classy. You look like that classy lady you see at the airport. Hill House makes fun fashion that makes you feel good. Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MURDER15. That's MURDER15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com. Goodbye. The kids are back in school. Now it's your turn to head back to the beach.
During Cheap Caribbean's Back to Beach sale, save $200 site-wide on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with code 200BEACH.
Trade school drop-offs for beach walks, lunch boxes for beach bars, and your daily routine for adults-only relaxation.
Use code 200BEACH and get more beach for less money.
Book your beach vacay today at cheapcaribbean.com. Goodbye.
Bye.